Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It has been a very long time since I last uploaded a video. I thought I would just kind of do a little reading vlog. I really enjoy watching these and I'm currently reading Unravel Me by Mafi. I think that's how you pronounce her name. This, if you are unaware, is the Shatter Me series, which is a YA dystopian novel, and it is incredible. I have pretty much, I'm on page 298, so I'm well over halfway, and I think I only have about, there's 460 pages in this book, so I have about just under 200 pages to go, which is really quite good, and I'm loving it. And it's a book, like it's a series that I definitely want to finish, and I just thought that I would kind of, you know, read it with you guys. I read the first book, I finished it last week, and I loved it. I literally flew through that book. I also finished Lovely War by Julie Berry, which is a historical fiction but told through Aphrodite's perspective, and Aphrodite is a Greek goddess, and it's a World War I historical fiction novel, and it is incredible. So I really recommend any of you guys who like that kind of stuff to read it. It's kind of like a romance mixed in with war, and it is truly incredible, and I loved every single minute of it. It took me a little bit longer than normal to read the book, purely because I wanted to annotate it and really kind of understand it. So I'm so happy that I did, because I ended up rating it 5 stars, which I just loved. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to rate the Shatter Me series all 5 stars. Although this book I've struggled with a little bit, purely because although I really love it, and obviously it's the second book, so I already kind of dived into the book knowing the characters, knowing the setting, knowing what's going on, which is what I like about a series, is that you can end a book and just pick one up and know the world straight away. However, there's not a lot that goes on in this book at all. It's all set at Omega Point, which I'm not gonna kind of give you guys like any spoilers if you are like unfamiliar with the series. There's not a lot of plot thickening that's happening in this book. It's very kind of standstill. I kind of want to finish this today, then I can literally get on and read what's the next one? Ignite Me. Thought I would bring you guys along with me, and yeah, let's dive right in. Everybody, it is now, I was literally about to say Tuesday, and it is Monday. Monday the 17th of July, and it is 20 to 9. So from what you would have seen yesterday in yesterday's clips, I was reading Unravel Me by Mafi, and I don't know if I said that I wanted to finish it or try and finish it yesterday, and I did. I succeeded in that. I think I was on page like 269, or maybe I'm completely imagining it. I will put on what page I was down here, but I managed to finish it, and it did take me about 5 hours 4 or 5 hours with interruption to finish this last night, and I didn't finish it until about 11:30, and I had work today, and I was very, very tired getting up this morning because of how late I was up reading this. I'm gonna quickly kind of talk about this and my thoughts and my opinions on it. I struggled with it, and I was really, really scared at one point that it was gonna put me in a reading slump, which I really didn't want, and purely because I really am enjoying the series. I mean, I'm only on book 2, so I can't really kind of say that it's great yet. I think I'm liking it, because of the setting, the genre it is, and the characters. Like, I'm becoming really like involved with the characters, which is what I love about a series, because after book 1 you can just dive into the world without having to kind of go through the whole description phase again, and I feel like sometimes that can really put you off reading a book. However, I'm gonna quickly look up my rating because I can't quite remember what I rated this book. Also, my name is just Lucille Skinner on Goodreads, if you want to see, and I track all my books and everything on here, so if you want to check that out then please do. But I rated this one, I haven't even given it a rating yet, and I'm thinking like 2.75 stars. I think that's what I rated it on BookBuddy. By the way, if nobody's aware of BookBuddy, it's this incredible digital app that is basically just like a digital library, and you can literally track like all of the books that you own and whether you've read them, your star rating, whether you're currently reading them or not. I think it's such a great way to track all your books. Now, not all of my books are on here yet. I am still currently in the process of doing that, but at the moment I'm currently at 240 books, which I know I definitely have more because my bookshelf is just quite literally overflowing with books. Besides the point, on BookBuddy I basically rated this 2.75 stars, or 2.557, 2.25 I think I did. I found it really, like, I just found nothing went on, and no word of a lie, within the last not even 50 pages of the book the action took place, and then again there still wasn't a lot of action. Now, in the first book there was so much action going on and I loved every single minute of it. I rated it 4 stars. I think I rated it 4 stars purely because it is so YA, and you can really tell, but I'm still very new to the fantasy genre, which is why I'm taking my time with kind of fantasy and I'm going in with YA. I will definitely finish the series because of the fact of how much I like the characters and how much I want to know how it ends, but I just really struggled with this one. I don't know what people's kind of general opinion is of the second book in a series. However, I do know that a lot of people have rated the third book one of their favourites in the series, and there are 6 books. That doesn't include the novellas, which I will read, but I think I'll read sort of after I finished. So overall it wasn't great, it wasn't the best. I think I just wanted to finish it and get on to something else. So my plan with this series is to read one of the Shatter Me books and then go in with like a completely different genre and something super easy, so super fast paced, something that I know that I will like, so then I'm motivated to like get into the next book. So the book that I decided to pick up after this is You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen M. McManus, I think that's how you pronounce her name. I have seen these books all over Bookstagram and TikTok, and specifically One of Us Is Lying, which I do not own. This is the one that I own, and it's got pretty purple edges on. I'm currently 84 pages in. I literally sat reading 84 pages whilst I was at work today because it was so quiet. And I'm really enjoying it. I love a murder mystery. I love a YA murder mystery, thriller, suspense. It's just one of those books that I knew would kind of like just get me into the spirit of reading, so I decided to pick this one up, and I think after this I will then go back into the Shatter Me series, which I'm very excited about. I will probably end up doing like a whole Shatter Me separate video and review about the whole series, and it will be with some spoilers purely because I just want to talk about it. I won't mention spoilers in this video because I hate that too, but I just really want to talk about it to someone. The plan for the rest of the evening is to sit here and read this, and I'm gonna try and get through this as quickly as possible. Like, I'm not being funny, but I kind of want to finish it by tomorrow. I have 2 days off so I feel like I can get a lot of reading done. I'm going to dive back into this. Just in case anybody is wondering, this is about, we follow 3 protagonists who are in high school, and basically the 3 characters used to be best friends in middle school. This is an American book. And one day they all sort of come late to class, and they decided to bunk off their class until one of the other characters, called Brian Mahoney, or they call him Boney Mahoney, which I think is quite funny, they see him in Boston, which is where they go, and they basically follow him into an empty building and they walk into a murder scene. So it's very good, it's very fast paced, very quick. It's quite witty as well, which I like. But yeah, so I'm going to dive right in and I'm going to see how much I can read. I'm hoping I can read like a good chunk of this tonight, because I don't have to get up tomorrow morning. I won't give myself a sort of time limit tonight. I would probably just read until I fall asleep. Everybody, happy Tuesday, I think it is. Hang on, let's have a look. It is Tuesday, the 18th of July. I am in bed. It is 7:48 and I have got a cup of tea and my book waiting to be read really. Please excuse my hair, by the way. I thought that I would give you guys a little update on my book. Where is it? Here it is. So as you would have seen yesterday, I'm reading You'll Be the Death of Me. I didn't get as much read as I would have liked to last night. I was so tired and I kept falling asleep. But I am now on page 120. I'm almost halfway through, to be honest, which is quite good. My aim is to get this done by today, to be honest. I've got some YouTube content and Instagram content to get done today, but I think in between that I will definitely be able to get this read. I think I'm going to read till about 10 o'clock anyway, so I've kind of got like 3 hours to actually read this. So I'm hoping I will get like a good chunk read. But yeah, I look really dishevelled right now. That is because it's quite warm today and I've been on my hands and knees like trying to sort my room out and clean it and make it look nice. However, I thought I would add this little bit into this segment purely because it obviously kind of goes with the theme of my bookshelf and trying to organise my bookshelf. Basically, I have acquired a lot of books within the last month and they are kind of just sitting on my shelf and no real kind of organisational method. And I've got a stack of books here, which, by the way, I'm so excited about these books that are sitting behind me. I have been trying to find these and it is taking me so long to get a hold of them, but I'm just buzzing for them. And they are going to be my summer reads for when we go to France, which should be so exciting, and I will vlog it all. Ta-da! So it is the Magnolia Park series, which I'm so unbelievably excited for. I've obviously been seeing these all over Bookstagram and TikTok and everything like that, and I had to go to a local bookshop to actually order these in. So I managed to find the first one and the second one at this bookshop, and then luckily I managed to find the third and the fourth one on Amazon. Because basically, if you are unaware, they are basically, Jessa Hastings is releasing new covers for the books, which do not, in my opinion, look half as good as the original covers. And I was so worried that I wouldn't be able to get my hands on the original covers. So I said to myself that I would buy all of the original covers as fast as I possibly could, because I wasn't sure when the release date for the new ones would come out. I'm so excited that I finally have my hands on the series. I do believe that she's bringing out more in this series, however they're not until probably until next year. Don't really know a lot about them apart from the fact that they are a romance and there are some trigger warnings that come with the books, but I'm gonna do a whole separate video dedicated to Magnolia Parks because I'm just so blimmin' excited for this series. So that takes me on to my next topic. As you can see behind me, this is my overflowing bookshelf, quite literally overflowing, because this is 2 stacks deep and there is a big old stack of books here, and there's another shelf down here which is basically filled with books, and this bookshelf goes all the way down onto the floor. So this is what we're looking at. I have a lot of books and they're in kind of no particular order. I've got like Heartstopper up here, I've got some special edition covers of Agatha Christie's books, and I've got all of the Harry Potters and the Cursed Child. How cute is this little sign that my boyfriend got me? It's a little Stars Hollow Gilmore Girls sign, which I love. Looks like right now, seriously, that I have not been vlogging for 3 days, but I have. Also, yes, I am still wearing the same hoodie, and I only wear it for a couple of minutes every day, and so it's not dirty, by the way. Anyway, hi guys. It is now Wednesday and it is 10 to 4, and I wanted to give you guys a little reading update. I did do a little bit of reading yesterday, but then I got busy doing other things and I had some like admin work to get on with, and I had some YouTube editing to do and all that fun stuff that actually makes it so that you guys will have a video next week, I think is when I'm planning on uploading this video. But yeah, I thought I'd give you guys a little reading update. So this morning, also it's absolutely literally raining cats and dogs outside at the moment, and you seriously would not think that we're in the middle of I was about to say in the middle of winter. Feels like the middle of winter. No, we're not, we're in the middle of summer. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so little reading update for you guys. I have finished You'll Be the Death of Me, which I'm very happy that I read, purely because I think I mentioned this at the beginning when I was first reading this, that I've heard so much about this book and specifically this author, especially with One of Us Is Lying and all of that series and the rest of her books. All of her books look like they're part of a series, but they're not. They're pretty much all standalone. I ended up rating this a 3 stars. I didn't think it would be a 5 stars going into this, purely because it is so YA and the storyline was a little bit kind of a bit corny, I think. It was still a good, like, fun, fast-paced read, which is why I'm glad I still read it. However, would I read it again? Not sure. I liked the characters, I liked the story, but I just felt like the ending was really anticlimactic, to be honest with you. There could have been so many potential people in this that could have made the story absolutely great and probably would have been a 4 stars. This is on the low end of a 3 stars, by the way, so it's nearer 2 stars, but just enough to get to a 3. It's one of those books that you can easily pick up, easily read. I read this within 2 days, so it is seriously a great fast-paced read, especially if you're like in between books or in between a series and you're not sure what to pick up. This is definitely something that you could pick up and just read so easily. Like, I read the first 160 pages within a day. That's just how easy it is. Will I read some of her other books? Maybe. They're probably not on my high list of books to read at the moment. There'll probably definitely be books that I read like in between series, as I said, because that's like the ideal book that you want to be reading, especially if you're reading like high fantasy. Anyway, so yeah, so 3 stars for this. That means that this has been my 3rd read for the month, and we are the 19th of July today, so I've still got a good 10 days to maybe potentially read 2 more books, which I'm hoping I can get done. So I'm going to do this strategically. I reorganised my bookshelf yesterday, which you would have seen in yesterday's clip, and I'm so like happy with how it's turned out. I don't really know what book to read, but I'm in the mood for either a fantasy, but I kind of want to get into another series, but I'm currently in a series. I don't know if I want to pick up Ignite Me, which is the 3rd book in the Shatter Me series. So I'm thinking either Ignite Me. I want to get into the Focus the Air series again. So I have read The Cruel Prince. I read The Cruel Prince last year. I gave this book a 5 stars and I loved it, and it was my first fantasy book that I'd read, and I absolutely loved it. Now, I don't remember if I loved it because it was so hyped up, but then I got to the 2nd book and it fell really flat for me, and I actually got into a huge reading slump within the 2nd book. And I'm really scared to pick up this series again. However, I'm so desperate to read it and know what happens, purely because everybody's like, Holly Black's one of the best fantasy writers and she's so great. So either those 2, or obviously in a fantasy mood, maybe we start Finale, which I am gonna have to kind of remember what happened. I kind of remember what happened. I loved the first 2. The first one, by the way, I read these at the beginning of the year. Legendary, I gave 3 stars to Legendary, but I gave 5 stars to Caraval. But I really want to finish the Caraval series, just to say that I've finished a fantasy series, and then go on to Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad Never After. So I'm either thinking this, or we finally, which I think is going to be a push, dive into the ACOTAR series. Because my summer books for this year are the Magnolia Park series, because I really want to read them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little spinny wheel. I'm going to do a wheel of names and see what to put on, what to read, and this is going to decide for me. I've written in my 4 choices. I think I had 4 choices. Did I have 4 choices? Yeah, okay. Do I want any more? Added into the mix to add a little bit of fun to it. No, it's okay. Okay, we're gonna dive in. I've written my 4 options on here: Finale, The Cruel Prince, Ignite Me, or ACOTAR, and we are going to spin the wheel to see which one it lands on, and I will have to pick that one. This could actually make a really fun video in a separate video. Okay, so we're going in. Okay, ready, steady. Okay, let's spin. What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? Ah! Okay, so it has landed on The Cruel Prince, which is very interesting. So obviously I need to start the Cruel Prince series again, which is going to be very, very exciting because as I said, I love this book, but I don't think I fully appreciated it either, especially with like the romance side to it, purely because I was so new to fantasy, and I have read fantasy since then. So we are going to dive right into the Cruel Prince again, and I'm going to annotate it as I go because I did do a few annotations. I remember when I first read this book and I actually really enjoyed annotating it. It's going to be exciting. So join me on the Cruel Prince journey again, and hopefully I'll be able to finish the series this time round and fully appreciate it. Much later now, and I'm currently waiting for Owen to get home so that I can eat some dinner because I'm getting a little bit hungry. Do you know what time it is? Okay, it's like 20 to 8. But basically I have kind of spent my afternoon doing just a little bit of YouTube work. I have edited most of this video actually up until this clip that I'm now filming, which is great, which means praying that I'll be able to get it up on time. I've also done the thumbnail for this video. However, I am now going to be reading 2 books. Now when I say I'm going to be reading 2 books, I don't know if I'll be reading them both at the same time, but I don't know why, but I literally read the first 4 pages of The Cruel Prince and I kept looking over at my bookshelf, and I have seen, I mean, it is crazy how much ACOTAR has had an impact on Bookstagram and TikTok. It is crazy the amount of people that I talk to about books who say, have you read ACOTAR? And I say, no, I haven't, and I don't know where to start, and all this sort of stuff. I still don't really know if I'm doing it the right way round, so please, if anybody is reading or has read the ACOTAR series, please let me know your ideal reading order for this series with Throne of Glass and Crescent City mixed into it, please, because at the moment I'm going to be reading ACOTAR, Throne of Glass, then Crescent City. So I am currently 10 pages in. I am seriously actually enjoying the kind of description that Sarah J Maas uses to describe her kind of like scenery, and I think that I will very much like it. I think it will take me a little bit of time to get through this because the text is quite small and it's still a world that I'm very unfamiliar with. This is just speaking about fantasy in general. I think I've covered this before, but fantasy is still very new to me. It's not a genre that I would have typically picked up. Like when I was younger, when I used to read, fantasy was never like my genre to go to. Like I'd always read like a murder mystery. That's my comfort, which sounds bizarre, but it is. So yeah, so I'm picking this book up instead of The Cruel Prince. I can always come back to The Cruel Prince, I've realised, and it's a series that I've still read the first book in. It's a series that I don't know if I'm gonna like, and I want to do the contrast between ACOTAR and The Cruel Prince and just see what differences I like. What I liked in The Cruel Prince might be what I don't like in here, and vice versa. But there is a lot of romance in ACOTAR, which I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about, because I'm not a huge romance reader or smutty romance reader. However, from what I've been told, it's like part of the plot and it's not centered around the plot. Like, there is still very much a storyline. It's not solely focused on the romance, which is what I like. That is my little update. I'm hoping to get maybe at least like a few chapters in. I'm on chapter 2 at the moment. I have this feeling that I want to read all of ACOTAR first, and then I will go in and like reread all of them and annotate them. I saw Rachel Catherine do this and I thought it was a really, really good idea, which is what I had the idea of doing with this book instead. So I think I might do this if I want to annotate rather than read it. So that's my little reading. So I'm just coming to edit this video and I realised that I never actually finished off the video. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick little wrap up of my July reads. So I ended up overall, I can't actually remember because I haven't got my books on me right now because I'm actually waiting for the ferry to get to France. So I ended up reading, I think, 3 books. No. Yes. No. 4 books. Yes. When did I finish that one? Yeah. I ended up reading 4 books this month, which, 4.5 because I'm still halfway through ACOTAR. So what I didn't update you guys on was I then read a Kindle book, which was The Housemaid by Frieda McFadden, which I think I rated 3 stars. Or 4 actually. And I'm currently reading The Housemaid's Secret, which is the second book. It's the sequel to The Housemaid. So I ended up reading Lovely War by Julie Berry, which was a 5-star read for me. Unravel Me by Tahreh Mafi, which was a 3.5 stars, I think. You'll Be the Death of Me, which was a 3-star, and then The Housemaid, which was a 4-star read. And I'm currently reading ACOTAR, which is taking me a little bit longer to read just because I'm kind of annotating the book. But I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I am away on holiday now and I've bought a bunch of books with me, so I'm hoping that I can get a few read. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if that's something that you'd like to see more of, then definitely leave a comment down below telling me what your favourite part of it was. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.